Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I'm rushing. I'm rushing to get this done, but I want to get it in. Look, my stomach's growling and everything. Hair's not done, just rushing. But I want to get this one in. Happy Saturday. Today is Survivor Saturday. I'm Myra Cassidy, motivational speaker and survivor of domestic violence. And I'm just really working hard on this journey to the event. I was saying September, wasn't I? September this year, Myra's Luxurious Women's Empowerment Retreat. I got the date locked. It's actually going to be October the 1st. So more information is going to come out about this event that I'm doing for survivors of domestic violence and supporters, because I am one. But I want to mention something, because the journey is the journey, man. But I want to be very clear about something. I am never coming out here with the intention of shaming Jehovah's Witnesses, because that's the faith that I come from. I was raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. That's never the intention. And I feel like whenever people feel like that's the intention, once again, the path is getting harder because I'm still not being heard. And I feel like, dang, I'm at square one. I'm not talking bad about Jehovah's Witnesses. I hate the fact that I no longer practice this faith actively. I hate the fact that I've been hurt so much. I hate the fact that I experienced the trauma that I've experienced, and I'm so glad that I was welcome to be a part of this anthology that some writers, a group of women who are survivors in Atlanta, asked me to be a part of. I feel like that's my best work. Even my book, Let Me Tell It, I wrote although based off my true story, I wrote it very meticulously to hide identity, of my ex and other people. Because I felt like I had to tell my story. I had to tell my story because I'm suffocating, but wanted to still be respectful in the process. So I did a lot to try to cover up identity or likeness, but it was still my journey. Now, this anthology that I wrote, I am just very, very upfront and frank about some very, very dark things that and hurtful things that I experienced in my journey. Even, like I said, I almost lost my life in 2010. I'm very specific about what happened around those 2010 events. But what I want to say is that's never the intention to shame Jehovah's Witnesses. I raise my children and support them fully in this journey, and even study with them from publications. But something has happened to me. Hey, good morning, D. Something has happened to me, unfortunately, in this journey. And I have to tell my story and tell it authentically, because how can I help anyone else? It is never the intention to shame Jehovah's Witnesses, but that is the faith that I grew up in. So what I will say is this event that I am doing on May the 26th, the title of it is an open discussion. It's going to be a panel as well, and I'm leading this discussion. But basically, we're going to talk about the impact of domestic violence in the faith community and beyond, because it's a real thing. And domestic violence, it doesn't discriminate. It affects people no matter what age you are, no matter how much money you make, and no matter what religion you come from. It's hurtful to go through these things. So what I would say about my journey, I just am so hurt. I'm actually hurt that my marriage crumbled, that my children have trauma, because I feel like the very first time I had the courage to go before congregation elders after 2 years of my marriage, if there would have been information, procedures in place, or even if it was very, very clear, this is what we can do and this is what we can't do because of fear of liability, maybe we would have never ended up here. What about when I was pregnant and was telling congregation elders, he did drag me down the steps. Yes, he did, and jumped on top of me. He's throwing things at me, but also having to understand that, even at the very, very end, when I really started fizzling out and losing my way, I know an elder said, well, hey, do you want me to read your book? Do you want me to read your book? And I didn't know what to say. I'm speaking out of trauma. I'm so traumatized and trying to figure out my way. And I was like, I don't know. Well, what I should have said was, yes, I want you to read my book, and I want us to have a discussion about my book, because I need to be heard. I need to be validated. And if the expectation of being a Christian woman is to let the doors open for him to be back in, I need to be sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this is a good decision and a safe decision, because I can lose custody of my kids if this goes south, if this goes bad, point blank, period. After a while, the way, from my understanding, speaking of my own experiences, the law will no longer look at that abuser. They'll look at that woman and say, and why did you not make a safe environment for your children? Now you're at fault. So this gets very, very serious. I'm going to wrap it up because I got to run into an appointment. But even certain things throughout the separation could have been in place, I feel, if we're supposed to make this work some kind of way. You know what I mean? It's very, very serious, first of all, for you as a victim of violence to even consider keeping that door open. But as a Christian woman, always following 1 Corinthians 7:12, doing the best that I could do. But see, people don't understand when they always go back to the husband and ask him, are you doing A, B, C, and D? And when it came to me, especially when we were going to two separate congregations, things just got really, really crazy then. But not asking and checking with the wife. Now, is he doing A, B, C, and D? Are you guys praying regularly? Y'all praying regularly? Is he having those studies with you regularly? Is this happening? Or even people are not seeing the things that's being said to me. You know, the fear that I'm feeling, you know, him saying things like, well, if you don't let me back in, you're going to die from COVID. Well, if you have two options, you're going to let me back in, or you better go out here and cheat because I'm not going to do this. Or different things like accusing me of cheating. All right, that's strike two. That's strike two. It's like, dude, you are causing me fear. You're causing me fear. Now, how is this ever going to, you're causing fear, especially having, you know, the trauma, suffering from PTSD. I was in it so long and the trauma is so loud. You have to be very delicate with this situation, and it's a dangerous, life-threatening situation. So the conversation, May 26th, come on out, 111 East 34th Street, the Arts Center, the Meridian Arts Center, 111 East 34th Street. Free event. Free event. Come on out with your thoughts. Let's talk about it. Oh, April the 30th. Believe in yourself. Miriam McDade, Miriam Anderson Payne. Goodness, I keep messing up her last name. I'm going to be speaking at that event too, so hope to see you there as well. The event on May 26th is free and open to the public. I really hope I see you there. All right. Thanks.